Okay guys, I wish I would have started this video before I started cleaning, but I honestly forgot. I had a fan going here trying to help it dry. One of my customers had this stove and she's had it for years. It used to be in a little A-frame cabinet, Gertie, Oklahoma. And these little deals right here, you screw them one way and it opens and closes the air. So you can kind of control the airflow. And then it's got an ash box that goes in here. It's right over there. It's upside down there where you can't see the side. This, it's got a pin right here, like this one is supposed to be right here. It's broke off, but it doesn't function anyways. This one over here does. And then inside, this is kind of neat. I need to get a knob to put on this, but watch the tray inside there. See how it slides? I need to put I need to tighten that up or something where it can't come unscrewed and put me a knob. I'll find some kind of a knob. It's got a place right there for a set screw and put on it. But I thought that was kind of neat. And then up here in the top, it's got a piece of metal. I don't think you'll be able to see it, but it's got a piece of metal up here to help make it kind of reburn, to make it a little more efficient. And then up here, it's got a vent there and a vent there. And as you can see, it's kind of an odd shape. See how it kind of comes down on the sides? Let me get away from it. See how it kind of comes down on the sides? And then it's got this big flat top. And this steel, I was kind of curious, and I've got this little metal gauge here. That one's too big. That one's too big. That one is too small. So that one's it right there. And that one is a 1/4 of an inch. So that's 1/4 of an inch thick steel. So it was built in 1980, I think like August something of 1980. So it was probably built pretty well at that time. You know, they still built stuff out of real metal. Probably US metal on top of that, but it's got a tag right here. I'll hold it there for a minute and maybe you can read it on your TV or your computer or whatever, or stop it and blow it up. And then right here, it's got a place for a fan motor to go, to blow out the air on those two vents in the top. And the fan motor was so stuck, it would not turn. And I ran up to, let me go over here, I'll show you what I got. I ran up to O'Reilly's, and you can see I took the screens and I got into the wires to make sure the wires were not touching or anything. I got to put those back on. But I got this stuff right here for electrical motors. That stuff right there is a little pricey, but heck, it worked. So I'm not going to complain because I'm not having to buy an electric motor now. But I hosed it down with that and I sat there and spun it by hand. It wouldn't even hardly spin. You couldn't spin it one full revolution. And I kept on spinning it and kept on spinning it, and it finally broke free. And I mean, I used a lot of that chemical, but it's running just as quiet and just as good as it can now. I'll put the covers back on everything. It was just plumb full of dust and stuff. I mean, it was just a cloud when I took my air hose and I used this little guy right here, Harbor Freight Special. I used this and blew it out real good. But the fan's working. I'm just letting it run just to make sure it's all good and dry and it's not going to stop again. But as you can see, it's kind of a odd shape. It kind of gets narrow at the bottom, but that sucker is heavy. And me and a friend of mine, it was all we could do to pick it up and put it on the tailgate of this truck. Now, the nice part is I was just fixing, because I didn't know it was there, I was fixing to buy stainless steel pipe. I didn't know this stainless steel pipe was there. She said, get it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of 3-foot stainless steel pipe. Now, I found it at Lowe's for around $104 a piece, and I'm gonna have to get the through the wall kit, which that's okay. I don't have to buy the pipe. If I can find the through the wall kit that has this design and everything on it, you know, because I don't know how old this pipe is. But here's a tag. Whoops, here's a picture of the tag right here on the pipe, and it's pretty heavy stuff. I mean, it's got some weight to it. And you know, like I said, this one right here is taller than I am, and I've got 6 of them. And then there's 2 pieces of single wall, and then there's a corner there and a corner there, which I don't believe I'll need those, but I have that wood burning stove and I can use them on it if I ever burn one out. And then it's got I guess this is an old style of through the wall deal right here. I guess that's what that is. I don't know. And it's also got, whoops. It's also got the cap right here that goes on top. And there was a pair of old welding gloves, I guess they were using when they cleaned it out and stuff inside of it. And the fire brick is right there. And I think it's all there. There's one piece that's broke, but that's no big deal. If I have to, I can probably lay my hands on some more of this. But I wish I would have showed you it before I washed it. I took a zero tip and I just really scrubbed it. I took all the ash out I could with a shovel, and then I blew it with an air compressor, and then I vacuumed it, blew it, vacuumed it, blew it, and did that a whole bunch of times. And then I got my power washer out and power washed it. I am gonna have to replace the gasket that goes in this crack right here. I am gonna have to replace it. And the gaskets that go around this glass, I've got them and they're brand new. And there's a guy on YouTube, I think he said straight ammonia or straight vinegar, I can't remember now, is what he uses to clean these glasses, and it works really good for him. Well, I just wanted to show you guys my little treasure that I laid my hands on today. Let me turn this fan back on before I forget. I'm gonna leave it on all night and let it, you can see the water's just running out down there, maybe to help it to dry. Well, my phone says my battery's about dead, and I started this little project around 4 or something, and it's a little after 8. So I'm gonna leave that fan going, and got my air compressor turned off. And oh, let me show you my doors real quick. I got me 3 doors for my cabin, 2 32s, one for the bathroom, one for the bedroom, and 1 24 for the closet. And I got those up in Oklahoma City at a place up there, and I got a really good price on them. I thought it was cheaper than Lowe's and Home Depot. So whatever it takes. Hey guys, well, you all have a good evening, and thank you so much for checking in with me. I do appreciate it.